Bleach is doing weekly character trailers. This was the theory we had last week, but with today's trailer, it's pretty much confirmed. And today's character is not one we expected. It's Yoruichi, baby. Now, I wish I could give you guys a raw reaction, but I recorded this with the wrong microphone, so this is a re-recording, almost. I've seen this trailer, and yeah, Yoruichi seems to be a pretty straightforward character. I'm gonna say it right now if you haven't watched this trailer yet. She doesn't seem as fast as I expected her to be, but maybe this game isn't super focused on movement yet. I don't know. There's some dodging, there's some weaving, obviously. She has flash steps, which I don't know if it's something everyone's gonna have, and I don't know if it's gonna be a universal mechanic. That's a counter. Everyone has a counter. We'll break down all of her abilities, same as we did with Byakuya and every other character after we watched the trailer the first time without pausing. And of course, gonna be the awakening is gonna be Shunko here, and here she just does like kind of a straightforward combo. I don't know what those rocks are. We're gonna watch them again slower, and yeah, here she is. She's gonna be pretty straightforward. I mean, I'm gonna read you all the move descriptions and everything. But you'll see, there's not a lot to break down here. So before we even get to the moves, we see her doing this palm attack and then just flash stepping out of the way. I don't know if we've seen anyone do this just raw, as like not a part of one of their special moves. So this could be something unique to Yoruichi, but they don't really talk about it in this trailer. So yeah, we're left guessing. Signature move, Anken and Flash Breaker. This is actually two moves depending on whether or not you hold down the button. If you just press it, she's gonna fire Anken forward, which is this really quick projectile. If you hold down the button, that's when she will spin and parry an opponent's attack like this. Now, unlike other counters, this one doesn't seem to have a follow-up, and I actually prefer that. Because if I just spin in place dodging Ichigo's move, that means that now I can attack him with anything I want, baby. Moving on to spiritual pressure move number 1, Bakko. A long-distance rushing attack good for counters and closing in the gap. When successfully executed, Bakko creates a follow-up attack using Hakuda and Kido. And this is what I mean by Yoruichi being a very straightforward character. There's not a lot to break down in this move. You press the button, she's gonna rush forward, and if the attack connects, she's gonna do the follow-up automatically. That's it. Like a pretty straightforward offensive ability. Hit the button, she goes forward, does the attack, deals damage. That's it. Spiritual pressure move number 2, Oboroneko, is of course her counter. She takes a lowered stance and creates after images, and when she's attacked during this stance, Yoruichi swiftly counters with a barrage of strikes. So if you see Yoruichi put her hand down like this, do not attack or you will get your ass whooped. And then we have her awakening, which we already talked about during the reaction. It is Shunko, and the description is again pretty straightforward. Yoruichi's speed and damage are dramatically increased, allowing for her to swiftly corner and defeat her opponent. And the little gameplay we see of her in Awakening seems to be like a pretty straightforward combo. I don't know what the rocks are doing there. I don't know if that's supposed to be, oh, Ichigo got knocked to the ground and the rocks flew up, but like he wasn't even close to where those rocks came from. And then she does that follow-up move that she did at the very start of the trailer before she did the flash step. That's the same move, but now she is in Awakening, which to me suggests that maybe she's not getting a new moveset with her Awakening. I wasn't expecting every character to get a new moveset, by the way. It's her old moveset, but she's stronger and faster. This is all, of course, a theory for now. And finally, we get the little character summary saying that Yoruichi is good at swiftly closing in on opponents and catching them off guard. What they showed of this moveset didn't really suggest this. I didn't see a way for her to close in her distance. Outside of that, like, one special move, I guess. But that seems like such a straightforward move that I doubt other characters won't have something similar. So yeah, even though I really like Yoruichi and I think she's awesome as a character, this trailer was kind of mid to me. Maybe my standards were just too high because last week we had Byakuya, and Byakuya is a stance character. Like, I wasn't expecting something that unique and different, so now I'm kind of looking forward to seeing what other unique stuff these characters have. And this one didn't seem that unique. That said, these games need to have their beginner-friendly characters. They need to have the straightforward characters. Not everyone can be that crazy. And who knows, maybe she has some other moves and gimmicks that weren't shown in this trailer that actually make her more of a complex character. We'll see. I do absolutely love that they picked Yoruichi to showcase today because that went against every prediction we had. Because we have seen Renji so many times and we've seen Chad's name pop up in the announcement trailer, we thought one of those characters was going to be next. Yoruichi, Urahara, and Norihime would probably be after those. But no, they completely broke our expectations, and I love that because it keeps us guessing. It keeps things unknown. We don't know what to expect for next week's trailer, and I think that's an exciting place to be in. But because now we are expecting a character trailer to be here every week, I thought it'd be cool to check in with you guys every week and see where you are at. Like, if you have any thoughts or theories on what this game is doing and where it is going. So for next week's video, if you guys want to leave a comment with your theories or questions, go ahead and do it. I'll pick like 3 or 4 and you might be in next week's video. For today though, I did ask my live stream and they sent me a couple of things. So let's tackle them right now. My theory for Bleach: you will still be able to destroy stocks one at a time by depleting health, and that using a super on low health opponent destroys an extra stock, but if their health is high, you only destroy what is glowing. So we don't actually still know how you destroy multiple stocks of the Konpaku or Soul. We've seen Ichigo and Byakuya destroy 3 at one time, or 4 at one time. We did get a hint of how to destroy many in one go in Ichigo's trailer. If you recall that trailer, they talk about reverse action on him, which seems to be a pretty universal move for all characters, but with Ichigo specifically, it has an extra effect, which is increasing the damage from the Kikon move. Now, in the gameplay systems reveal, they said something like deplete your opponent's Reishi bar, which is the HP, and then use your Kikon move to damage their Konpaku. So if your Kikon move is doing more damage, does that mean you take more stocks from the opponent? Maybe. But yeah, good theory. For now, we just don't know enough about this game to really confirm or deny, right? There seems to be a bit of a pattern to the reveal so far in Bleach. Ichigo, then Rukia, then Uryu, then Byakuya. Seems like they're alternating between other factions and the Soul Society. That's how they're separated on the Japanese site. So my guess is that the next character will be Chad, then Renji to keep that pattern. You know, today we didn't get Chad, but this theory isn't wrong yet. Because if next week we get Renji or someone from Soul Society, the pattern could hold up. Interesting theory, interesting observation. We'll see next week if you're right. I wonder if Byakuya will have a second release like Ichigo seems to have with the Visored Mask and Ishida has with Let's Steal. We did see Byakuya use Kensei Senbon in the gameplay reveal trailer after all, and Rukia will also ... I guess he wanted to keep this spoiler free, but I don't think Rukia will have also ... Also, it's not much of a spoiler anymore since Jump Force has just done that. A couple of things before we talk about Byakuya though. Ichigo's Visored Mask is not confirmed to be a second release of a second awakening. I very much think it will be, but it hasn't been confirmed yet. The only character that has a second awakening confirmed right now is Ishida. That's the one character that got it in the actual trailer. For Byakuya with Kensei Senbon I mean, we did see that in his gameplay trailer, the gameplay systems, and I think also the announcement trailer, but it was also just a cutscene. We never saw him playable in that state. So that could just be a finishing move or an ultimate. I actually don't think Byakuya will have a second awakening. About Bleach, with all these trailers, we still don't know the pacing of a match and how we will move inside the arena. For a 3D arena fighting game, I was already expecting some mobility showcase, jump, dash, maybe stage destruction or other cool stuff from this kind of game. We are talking about Bleach, where characters are flying and teleporting at high speed. Maybe in the future. What's your opinion? I agree. The number one thing that we actually need right now is not another character trailer next week. It's a full gameplay match. Uncut. They got close to it with gameplay systems, and I think that made us understand the game a lot better. But just having a full uncut game to see the pace of a match and like the back and forth and how it all works, I think would answer so many questions. But in my opinion, this game is not as much about movement as some other arena fighters. It seems to be a little bit more static, a little bit more hold your ground and press buttons. I mean, so far, they've been really heavy on systems, which I think they should, because this game is very different from other arena fighters. Different isn't bad, it's exciting, but it has to be explained. So I do agree with them focusing on systems first, but yes, I think just having a full uncut game now would answer most of these questions. So yeah, if you got any thoughts like that, leave them in the comments below. I'll pick like 3 or 4 for next week's video. I think it'd be cool to check in with you guys, see where you're at, and if you have any questions, just ask them away. And if you've missed last week's character, it was Byakuya. You can watch him right here. He absolutely blew my mind. He's a stance character. That's so cool. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.